Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I almost said Wednesday, but it's Thursday today. How's everybody doing? Can you guys see me okay? Hear me okay? I have the closed captions on, sharing my screen. Hope everybody's doing great. Let's say hello to everybody. I still can't believe it's Thursday already. I don't know where this week has gone. I really don't. Hey, CJ. Hey, Devin, Jody, Vertuvian, Jill, Dave, Arnulfo, Ivano, Sherman, Vernon, James, Patrick, David, JB, Peanuts is in the house. Kyong is in the house. Mark, Richard, Larry. I'm sorry about Kyong about thinking you were a man yesterday. I'm bad with names. Larry, Lydia, Sassy Trainer, Scotty, Bill, Robert, Marty, John, Kathy, Robert, Doris, Thomas, John, Ray, Jesse, Scampy, Lawrence, Genevieve, Tom, Brian. Good morning, Brian. I hope you are doing well today. Harold, Eagle Beagle's in the house. We got Murray. Hey, Murray. Clyde was very busy yesterday. He works very hard. Listen, I want you guys to know something. I'm not that smart. It's all Clyde. Clyde is the man behind the scenes. He makes everything happen. I'm just a proxy for Clyde, okay? I'm just a tool. Hey, Richard, how are you? Hopium, how are you? Robert, how are you? Randy, John, Henry, Becky, Stephen. Hey, Becky, Stephen, Jill. Good morning, Jill. Deanna, John, Edgar, Cosmic, Jesse, Frank, Gregory, Peter. Good morning, Peter. I got your email this morning. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I had to get up and do all this stuff. Hopium, Dave, but I will respond to you in a couple hours. Kirk, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Ken, Wade, Mike, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. Hope you're doing well. We got William. We got HG. Good morning, HG. We got Brian. We got Stephen, Mark, Debbie, Darren, Chris, Peanut, Mitch, Jack, Bob, Donald. Good morning, Bob. I hope you are well. Illinois grain farmer. I still haven't heard anything from Dr. Serena. I'm worried about her. I hope she's okay, but hopefully she'll be back soon. Piet de Brock. Jack Carter mentioned you yesterday. I didn't know you were one of his students. He mentioned you in the webinar yesterday. Michael, Bob, William, Eduardo, Steve, Catherine, JB, Brian. There's a chicken making stock choices on YouTube. It does very well. Basketball trainer, Rachel. Carlos, good morning. From the boring Carlos. No, you're not boring, Carlos. Raj, Tony, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. If you're just coming in here, just a little quick note. I do have the CC on. Please, please, please take a second. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. We stream at 1080p. What it does is it defaults to auto, and then it'll just put you wherever your internet is, and it'll slow you down. Force it to go to 1080p, and then you'll be able to see us. You'll see my ugly mug in the best quality possible, okay? And you'll also be able to see charts. While you're there, if you don't mind, please give us a thumbs up. It's right below. It's right here, the thumbs up button. I'll give myself a thumbs up. I'm cheating. From what I understand, I haven't seen any benefit of it, but from what I understand, it's supposed to help us with the YouTube ranking, and I think it does. So please give us a thumbs up if you don't mind. Hey, Javad, Samson. Yeah, he said you're a client of his. It's good. Jack's a great guy. Cheese Great Trader, Kevin, and he's having another grandson. We just found out yesterday. It was fantastic. Can I sell a book? John, I don't know. You don't see me writing any books, do you? Good morning, Carlos, Richard. Morning, Gregory. I haven't seen Richard here, actually. Richard, are you here? Good morning, Richard. Diapers today or trading today? What do we got today? Harry, good morning. And also, let me give you a couple of links. So I've gotten nothing but the best feedback from the ProTrader Dashboard session that we've been doing. So I'm going to today, here's what I'm going to do for all of you, okay? Tell me if this sounds like a good idea for the VIP room. And here's the link. So here's what I'm going to do today for you, okay? And you guys tell me if this sounds like a good idea or not. Here's the link. I'm going to go through the entire process from start to finish, including selecting the option, trend identification, correlation, option premium, all the way from the catalyst to picking a trade. All right. The entire process from A to Z, from the morning catalyst, from what we do here, all the way to finding and placing a trade in real time for an hour. Does that sound reasonable to you? They sure are, Jeff. They sure are. Hey, Cam, does that sound reasonable to you? Does that sound, on a scale of 1 to 10, how does that sound? All the way from A to Z, from imagining me coming out of this room and then going into the office and selecting a trade. Sounds great. Coolness. Kirk says great. Great idea. Sounds perfect. Absolutely sounds great. I don't hear anybody complaining. Eagle says, hell yes, that would be excellent. Yes, sounds good. A 10 sounds great. Sounds awesome. This will be the last session we do. Okay, so nobody's upset about this. All right. Okay, 15, 10, 100. Look at this. Richard wrote 9. Not a 10, a 9. All right. Everybody's crazy. Everybody will be there. So it'll happen today. I'm going to do it live. There's not going to be any videotape performances. Here's the link again. I figured you guys would like it. And you guys can ask me questions. I'll spend a full hour on that, okay? Here's a link for Customer Service Live. So there's not going to be a webinar. It's going to be me talking about the pit and the ProTrader Dashboard from beginning to end, okay? And I'm not going to be selling. I'm going to be teaching, okay? There's going to be at least an hour and a half of teaching and maybe 10 minutes of selling, and that'll be the last. 315 people here in the last. Actually, we got 329 already. Let's keep it going. All right. Oh, there's Richard. Richard is here. Good morning, Richard. I hope you're well. You know, Richard sent me an email yesterday. I'll post it later today, and it shows the difference of how much he makes during a choppy day versus a trending day. And if you see the difference, you'll understand why we spend an hour trying to figure out if we're going to have a choppy day or a directional day. Yes, Steve, it will be recorded. Jill says, Diamond is so worth it, you won't be disappointed. Jill's been with me for about 8 years. Thank you, Jill. Where can I find the replays? Those replays are in here. So here, guys, let me show you something. This is important because I get emails like this all the time. If you want to get a replay of any of those things, all you have to do is go to YouTube. Look, I'm showing it to you in real time. Go to YouTube, type in Roger Scott. It's 3 steps, okay? You go to my site, you go to our YouTube channel, and then look, you go to the live tab. See the live tab right here? Live tab. I'm going to post you the live tab. All of them are in order in the live tab. See, look, this is from yesterday. This is the morning show from yesterday. This is the VIP room from the day before. They're all in order. So you can literally see them all in order by going to this tab that I just gave you, okay? Here it is again. But what we're going to do is cut them out, cut the selling portion out, and put them in the ProTrader Dashboard members area. They're doing that today, okay? See, Peanuts, I don't even have to sell you anything. I've got people here selling you I got people selling you stuff. I love it. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate all of you. So here, you can just go, again, here's the page, and they're all in order. 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 2 days ago, they're all right here. And here's the link for that, okay? So you can watch what we're watching here or the VIP room. Here, look, this is the live morning show we're watching right now. Here it is, right here. Here's yesterday's VIP room. Here's yesterday's morning show. Here's the date. Here's Wednesday's VIP room. Here's Tuesday's VIP room. Here's Monday's VIP room. I'm just saying they're all right here for you, okay? So you don't have to really go very far. But we are going to put them in the members area. Jeff says, I use Kane's gamma pockets on low volume. Help me identify likely closed. Citadel would go. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, Kane is amazing. He's awesome. He's my boy. He's my guy. I love Kane. I brought him into the fold. He's fantastic. Can't say enough good things about him. He's the only guy I ever brought into this company, by the way. So let me just put this testimonial here. for Kane. There we go. There, that's it. Richard says, I'm busy with the kids and still find time to learn, so don't want to hear excuses. I want everyone making money. What Richard just said. That's to you guys, what Richard just said. Okay? Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. Definitely. Definitely. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I let him know you just said that. Matt is there. No. Matt is my assistant. I hired him as my assistant, but I'm talking about bringing a guru on. I brought him as a guru. He's the only guru I ever brought in. Okay, all right, let's talk about the markets. We got plenty to talk about. We got a lot of people here. Let's talk about the markets. Do you guys know what the first question I'm going to ask you is? What's the catalyst? What's the catalyst for the day? While you're doing that, I'm going to look up the email that I got from Richard yesterday. It was actually very useful. So I'm going to find it right now and get it to you here. You guys just type in the catalysts, which I can't log in right now. I'll post it later today. I'll post it later. What are the catalysts? Oh yeah, Clyde is in it too. I brought Clyde, Matt, and Kane. Okay, I brought in Clyde. He's right. I brought in Clyde. I brought in Matt. Afshin, when does AVGO come out with earnings? Folks, I keep doing this every single day, and it looks like I got to keep doing it again. When does AVGO come out with earnings? AVGO. When does AVGO come out with earnings? Let's look. After market closes. How can it be a catalyst today if it doesn't come out till after the market closes? Oh, absolutely, Jeff. That thing is a gold mine. AlphaZone Pro is a freaking gold mine. Thank you. So yes, tomorrow it'll be a catalyst. No, it's not. It's not pre-open. It's after market closes. And no, it's not a catalyst. And folks, I've gone through this at least 10 times. If the market doesn't get a chance to trade, it's not a catalyst. The market has to assimilate it. Is the market going to assimilate something it doesn't know? No. Tomorrow, this will be a catalyst. I promise you. After the market closes today for the night session, this will be a catalyst. At 5 o'clock, when I post a telegram for you saying AVGO earnings were better or worse than expected, it'll be a catalyst. It can't be a catalyst if the market doesn't have a chance to trade after it's known. Capiche? I go through this every day, every single day after market close. Now, well, I don't have access to this information. Yeah, you do. It's free. See, I'm giving you, why do you think we use bar chart in the morning? It's free. It doesn't cost anything. You can use this too. You could pull this up right now after market close. Now, in half an hour, I have to go through my whole analysis, fill this up with stocks, and do all this stuff for you. Give the guys my agenda for the afternoon, give you my agenda here. I do more in half an hour than you guys probably do all day. I'm not kidding as far as the market. All you have to do is come here and see the date. You knew the stock, so all you had to do is pull it up, and you would see that it doesn't come out till after the market close. So can you explain to me how the market in the next hour and a half is going to assimilate something that we won't know till the market closes? I'd like to know how. If you can answer that question for me, then I'll hire you on the spot because then you can predict the future, okay? So, what home builders, what about home builders? Is there something about home builders? What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me. What about the report from DH Horton? DHI, let's see. What's going on with DHI? I don't see DHI doing anything. But when did they come out? When did the data come out for DH? When did it come out? Yesterday. That's a catalyst. Okay. Jesse, you almost have it right. So home builders for sure. Retailers, why retailers? Well, Chewy, Five Below, and PVH. Consumer stores, consumer stocks, PVH, Chewy, and Five. All three consumer stocks. They all had earnings. Okay? They all had earnings. They all had earnings. So home builders, retail stocks, obviously jobless claims could or could not be a catalyst depending on the number. And let's see, international trades and goods and services, jobless claims, these two babies right here. And that's all I've got. Consumer stocks, home builders, international trades, goods and services, jobless claims, and software, MDB, possible soft move on software, and retailers because of Five, Chewy, and PVH. Yeah, I got that, Richard, right here, PVH, right there. There's the ticker symbol right there. You could see it right there, PVH, right there. My pen does not write while you guys are talking. I already wrote them down right there. Home builders, consumer stocks, software, MDB, jobless, international trades and goods and services with question mark, and more rare earth catalysts. You guys are getting some of them. Folks, you can't have a catalyst. A catalyst cannot be something that hasn't happened yet. Okay? It has to happen before the market has a chance to open. If it happens after the market opens, it's not a catalyst yet because the market can't appraise it into its value. Okay? Yes, Chewy, PVH, and Five Below. They all had earnings after the market closed or this morning, which means the market hasn't had a trade to assimilate its value. The bond announcement is not, no, I'm not really seeing anything with bond. Maybe a bond auction. Maybe. William, question mark there. Question mark. Maybe. Possible. I'll give you that. Sometimes it's huge, sometimes it's nothing. So maybe the bond announcement. Okay. Let's go through everything today. So far, markets are very neutral. Markets did not break out. By the way, do you remember what I told you yesterday about the market? I think we're going to make a high during the first hour of the day, and then we're going to go down, make a low. We're going to make the high and the low, or the high will be made within the first hour of the day, and then the market's going to do nothing or go down. Do you guys remember me telling you that yesterday? How much was that useful to you? Chewy already came out right here. Or they might have gotten downgraded. Hold on. I got it right here. Here's where I got it from. So I'm only going by what this is saying. Chewy fell over 2%. They were downgraded. Downgraded. Chewy got downgraded. PVH got downgraded. And Five Below got upgraded. Okay. Okay. Nah, I don't think the ECB is that much of a catalyst because the market had a chance to trade afterwards. Christian, Europe had a chance to trade already. The overnight markets have already priced that in. CBRL, I didn't see anything about Cracker Barrel. Did Cracker Barrel have earnings? We can add that to our retailer. Cracker Barrel. What's the ticker? Cracker Barrel. Yep, I guess you're right. Hey, HG, you're right. You're right. Cracker Barrel too. Let's add that to our mix. Now, folks, notice I'm not. So let me just make this very clear. Cracker Barrel is not a catalyst. But when you take Cracker Barrel, Five Below, Chewy, and then and PVH, they all become a catalyst. You understand? So if Cracker Barrel was alone, it wouldn't really mean much to me. It really doesn't have much to it. But you got Cracker Barrel, you got Chewy, you got Five Below, and you got PVH. Those are all retailers. Those are all stores. See, those are all food stores. Those are all retailer. See, retail, retail. So these are all a catalyst towards consumer staples, consumer discretionary. On their own, they're not catalysts. Okay? On their own, they're not catalysts. Thank you, HG. So HG just found the catalyst that I didn't find. God bless. See, this is why I'm here, so I can learn something from you guys. All right. So we got retail because of Five, Cracker Barrel, Chewy, and PVH. We got MDB because of software, just software, okay? We got potential jobless claims. We got international trades in goods and services, rare earth. And see what I did? I just put here consumer stocks. See, consumer right here, consumer. And I listed PV5, Chewy, and PVH, and I'm going to add Cracker Barrel to it. Thank you, CG. HG, I'm going to have to hire you as my assistant if you keep up. That would be fantastic. So Cracker Barrel. Thank you. Totally off my radar. Your dog is covering his ears? All right. Let's look at earnings. Dollar Tree, MDB. Dollar Tree was we already saw Dollar Tree. MDB. And then tomorrow you've got AVGO, you got Lulu, retailer, major chip stock. A lot of catalysts. But when did they come out? They come out after the market closes. Lulu. See, look, after market closes. So tomorrow, when I ask you what the catalyst is going to be, you better tell me chips and retail. So I'm telling you right now, tomorrow when I ask you what the catalysts are going to be, you better say Lulu or retail, and you better say chips, okay? All right, let me give you the link again to VIP room, and then remember, I'm having the full walkthrough of the ProTrader Dashboard today. Nobody's stopping me now. And let me give you customer service live. Ira, Thursday after market close. Look, AMC, like the movie theater, AMC, after market close. You can't have a catalyst, Ira. It is that yes, and Crocs. Those are my two favorite retailers. You can't have a catalyst, Ira, until the news comes out and the market trades afterwards. See, we don't know this information until after the market closes, Ira. Okay? Okay? Just so you guys understand, I want to make sure you guys understand it. Okay? All right. So now that we have our catalysts, let's go through everything. So today we have jobless claims. I'm going to just be very straight with you. This number has been in the low 200,000s for as long as I've been doing this, and I'm not kidding. People tell me the VIX is broken. I think the jobless claims report is broken, if you ask me. Okay, but nonetheless, the point I'm making here is this: if this number is 230, 240, it's really not going to be a big deal. I want to see this number get close to 300. I want it to jump from 230 to 40 to 300, 275 to 300. Then it's going to be something. If it's just going to creep up and be around 240, 235, 225, it's not even worth talking about, okay? And international trades in goods and services, they don't even know what this number is going to be. I mean, look, 133 to 66 billion. This is a joke. So let's just hope the number is not as bad as the consensus, but this number is all over the place. Yes, Angie, exactly. Folks, if you're just coming in here, I'm going to be I'm going to be doing a class, a full class on the ProTrader Dashboard, and I mean a full class of taking everything I've taught you in the last 3 days and putting it together. And here's the link for that. And make sure you have the link for Customer Service Live. Let me get that to you right now. Cam and Gustavo show, and Jax will show up once in a while. You do not want to miss that. Okay. Okay. We're covering a lot of ground here. So China, what is China doing? China is going up. China's been going up for the last 5 days. So this is broke down below this area. And then as soon as it broke down, it now broke above this area. I'm going to have to adjust this right here. There we go. Going to have to adjust that and leave this alone. Right there. So now we had a false breakout here. Now we have a breakout this way. Let's see how long it lasts. We are above this black line. So we are getting a little bit of love from China. China's not really doing anything. Which stock this week add to the S&P? Do you know? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But as soon as I find out, I will let you know, Sandeep. I'll post it in the pit or the main channel today. I read something about it, but I don't know which one. I forgot which one it was. And it is important. It is important. It is a catalyst. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still going sideways. It's not really going down. And remember, I told you there's a good chance it'll build a base here and start coming up. This to me reminds me of kind of how gold looked about 3 months ago. So I wouldn't be selling Bitcoin and I wouldn't be buying it right now. I would wait for us to get back above this area right here. Matter of fact, there we go. That's even better right there. So if you're looking at Bitcoin, this grayscale ETF, which tracks the price of Bitcoin, I want us to go above this hump. I want to go above the price area of 529. I want to go above 529. 529. Thank you, JB. I appreciate it. I try to. I really do try. Where are the recordings located? Yeah, I showed you that earlier. If you watch the video, just go J&D, go to the live tab on my YouTube channel, or they'll be in the members area. They'll be in the members area. Here, let me post it again for you. Here, go to YouTube. I'll post it again, and then I want to continue with this analysis. I don't want to. Just go here. Go here. They're all right here in this. They're all right here. Let me give it to you right now. They're all right there. Yeah, I thought it was Coinbase too. I just didn't want to say because I wasn't sure. But now that Peanuts said Coinbase, I'm pretty sure it's Coinbase. There's the link. You can just go there and look at the last 3 days. They're all there. And it will be put in the members area. Okay. So Bitcoin creating a base here. It's not really breaking down. It's creating a base near the 8 line. I would wait. I wouldn't be doing anything right now. And if we're going to go north, I want to see us go above the 529 high, which is right here, or break this support area right here at 79 or 80. Bond market. Well, bond market's actually coming up. The question is, why is the bond market coming up and the US dollar still in the crapper? I think folks are taking money out of the stock market and putting them into fixed assets right now. I don't think it's because I think they're worried about the state of the economy. I don't think they're doing it because of any other reason. But nonetheless, the bond market is bullish right now, and we're above the 8-day EMA. The problem is we have all of this stuff above us, and we need a major catalyst to break through this. Because if we don't, let me show you what will happen. See, this has to break. You got a trend line right here. This has to break. All of this has to break. Honestly, we need to go above the 200-day moving average. We need to go above the moving average. Okay? By the way, let's look at what the number is. Okay, it is creeping up, but not that bad. Nothing really crazy. And look at the 4-week moving average. See, it's still in the 230. This is not, I mean, it's getting worse. It is creeping up, but this is not the world's coming to an end. This is a very, very slight bump. Something to be looking at, but not too concerned. Into treasuries, and he's seventh or large. He is Mitch, and also Japanese treasuries too. Yes, yes, you're absolutely right, Mitch. Now, what about U.S. dollar? Let's look at the U.S. dollar. Not good at all. Still right in this range. Folks, the U.S. dollar is 100 times bigger than the bond market. Not seeing any love here. So we're still not in a great place. Yeah, worse than expected. Can you guys tell me, is the bond market coming up, down, or just kind of flat, not doing much? I could look at it myself. I was just being lazy. I don't want to turn this on, but I'll go ahead and turn this on and just see myself. Hold on. Give me a second here. All right, let's take a look here. Nothing. It's nothing. This is not a reaction. This is nothing. It's not. Remember what I told you? It's really nothing. It's really nothing. Yeah, this is not. This is really nothing. I mean, I want to tell you it's something, but it's really nothing. And it's exactly how the bond market is interpreting it right now. A bunch of nothing. Yeah. Okay. Let's not read into something where there's nothing there. Okay. There's just really nothing. There's really just nothing there right now. Nothing there. Gold. All right. Well, I hope you guys took my advice on gold. And I hope you guys are long gold. I told you to start buying gold here. And I told you to add more to gold when we get past this level. We're still in this level here. We should be bullish right now. Your profit target is not till we get to the upper end of this range, which is right here, about 3450-ish, 3450, about 3450, 3500. What you're saying about gold, but adding on a 50-day cross back up is an add spot. I would be careful adding right now, Jeff, because of where we're at right now in the world. I would be very careful with adding. If you add it right here, you should have already had that add. I wouldn't be adding anymore. I mean, if you haven't added here, go ahead and add where you're at right now. This is a good spot to add if you haven't added right here. But my add spot was like right here, 3377-ish. I think I might have given that level to you before. It still has room to go, but I would be cautious. I would be cautious because I think we're going to make a triple top and then come down and make another top. We're going to be consolidating here till we have some clarity from the government. Okay. Crude oil. What is crude oil doing? Nothing. And if nothing happens in the next few days with global economy, we're going to be coming down to the $60 level. Yes, that's one of my catalysts, rare earth. It's right here. Rare earth, right there. Rare earth. That's today's catalyst. I write my catalysts here before I give them to you every single morning. Okay, let's put everything together, talk about the market now that we have some idea of what's going on, okay? All right. Investors are waiting fresh batch of data. I'm not seeing anything at all with the bond market. Nothing really. The Dow's kind of just sitting there. SMH is just sitting there. There's really very little movement right now. Mags are just, there's very little of anything right now. Very little of anything right now. Okay. MDB, we're going to be watching software stocks because they're up pre-opening. So this should give software stocks a little boost. Although this is a pretty small stock, but we'll be watching software stocks. Five below, retailer. There's a catalyst for retail, both consumer staples and consumer discretionary. Trade uncertainty persists as Trump administration's deadline. Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you guys about this. Has anybody heard about this? Remember they said that and again, I'm not trying to start, start a war here, but wasn't yesterday the day that all these countries were supposed to submit their best offer for the trade deals? I didn't hear anything. I was waiting yesterday and I didn't hear anything. That's negative. And by the way, remember what somebody who's talking right now told you? What incentive would countries have to make trade deals when there's a really high chance that the courts may completely overrule this and may not even need to happen? What incentive does a foreign country have to make a deal? Do you see the number right now? A big fat zero. Okay. None of them did anything. By the way, I don't notice I didn't pick a fight. I didn't put salt on the wound. I'm just pointing this out. Like, wasn't this supposed to happen yesterday? Boyd, are you here? Boyd usually has a good answer for these things. Where's the beef? Does anybody know? Are on hold until U.S. establishes really, William? Yeah, you're right. I wonder when that will be. Do you remember what I told you about the wall? The exact same story. That's all I'm going to say. Yep. That's all I'm going to say. Same thing I've been saying for the last, since December. Almost as long as I've been telling you that SMH needs to get above 265 to rally. Yes, we keep negotiating with ourselves. Exactly. Well, I'm just asking you. Look, maybe you guys know something I don't. Was there something that I missed here? And again, this is just the cover of bar chart. So this is pretty financial. Taco truck came to the White House. Yep. Okay. Just saying. On semiconductors climbed. This is good. There could be some little, maybe a little bit of a catalyst, but I don't think so. Home builders. Notice I have highlighted home builders stocks advanced. 10-year notes slumped. DHR rising more than 4%. That's big. And by the way, when people buy homes, they buy consumer discretionary items for their home. World Economic Consent. No, they didn't. They didn't. Oh, big time Marge. And they know it too. Gregory says, why and why do we know? Because Gregory's asking, and why do we know that yesterday was the deadline? Because our president tweeted about it 100 times, Gregory. None of us would know about it unless our president told us about it at least 100 times. So the reason we know about it is because our president keeps tweeting about it. Does that answer your question, Gregory? If Trump wasn't tweeting and giving us these dates a month ago, none of us would know about it. Which brings me back to what I've been saying all this time. Why not just do it all on the down low, and when you have an agreement, come out with it? Yeah, so to answer your question, it's because our president keeps telling us these dates. Why? I have no idea. And why is it here? Because that's a major catalyst. Okay. This is not the political times. This is bar chart cover story for the morning, okay? Exactly, Gregory. Exactly. Thank you. Good point. Um, like nobody asked him to say any of this stuff. They could have just done all this privately and like just told us at the end what it is. But no, the Fed can't even count inflation right now. Staffing short. Yeah. All right, let's continue. Trade uncertainty persists as Trump administration's deadline for countries to submit their best offers has come and went. All right, Dollar Tree, ADP national employment. This came out really bad. They were expecting 111,000. It came in at 37,000. And we're going to get the big number this Friday. Okay? That'll be very, very important. Earn enough into earnings? Yes, Jeff. I'll talk about it later this week. I don't know. I don't know why, and I don't really care. But I'm just pointing out that I totally forgot about it till I read it in the newspaper. I'm like, wait a minute. It's true. We were supposed to have a deadline here, and we never had a deadline. Bond market is just sitting there. Bond market's not doing anything. Mega caps are down 0.13. Microsoft is up, it's 0.09, just kind of flat. There's really nothing going on right now. There's really nothing going on. Okay, Federal Reserve said Wednesday in its Beige Book that business contacts that U.S. economy activity declined slightly, signaling tariffs and heightened uncertainty are hurting the economy. We already know this. All districts reported elevated levels of economic and policy uncertainty, which has led to hesitancy and caution approach to business and households' decisions. That's a problem right there. The report stated consumer spending, which is why 5 Chewy PVH, and thank you HG for Cracker Barrel. My wife loves that place for breakfast. Don't ask. Um, consumer, very important. The report stated consumer spending either declined or showed no change. Well, that's good. Most regional described employment as flat while wages continue to grow at a modest pace. It's not that bad, right? It's not that great, but it's not that bad. We have 0% chance of them taking action in June. Today's investors will be monitoring after the market closes. AVGO and Lululemon, not during the market hours, after the market closes. Okay. Smart and no Trump. It's just full of hot air and lots of gas. Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, you seem to have exactly the same opinion as I do. So I'm just not going to say anything at this point. U.S. trade deficit, that'll be very, very important. That is actually pretty important. Let's see. Oh, it's not that bad. Hey, this is pretty good. This is a good number, folks. That's a positive number. Larry, you too, huh? You and my wife. My wife loves that Cracker Barrel. Every time we go to Orlando or we go to Miami, let's stop by Cracker Barrel. Let's stop by Cracker Barrel. She loves Cracker Barrel. She's a cheap date. Anyway, 61 billion. This is a good number. This actually helps Trump. This actually helps us quite a bit. This is a good number. This is not a bad number. It's not a huge report, but this is not a bad number, especially when you're considering 118 billion. This is pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take this number. Market is very flat right now. I mean, this is just very flat. Let's continue. Europe, is Europe going crazy or is it giving us tailwind? It's giving us tailwind. Look, up 35. I'll take that. It's not causing trouble. Extending gains from prior sessions following Germany's approval of a tax relief package. This is great for Europe. Investors' attention turns to European central banks. Construction technology stocks outperformed. Travel stocks lost ground. Not a catalyst, but something we should keep our eye on. Because remember, we're echoing what just happened over there. They close and we open, okay? Bob, thank you so much. CB's awesome. Good to know. Yes, it is and Jeff is right. It's a lagging number. He's absolutely right. See, you guys are very helpful to me. This is good. China ended slightly higher. Getting a little tailwind from China. Notice Europe and China are not causing trouble for us. That's very important. We need to see if global economy is supporting higher prices, and so far it is. After private gauge of nation service sector helped ease concerns, rare earth stocks climbed after a group of representative U.S. auto suppliers urged immediate action to address China restricted export of rare earths, minerals, and magnets. Yeah, that 50% tariff's got to go. Private sector survey released on Thursday showed that China's activity expanded. So China's giving us tailwind. This is fantastic. This is good, folks. This is good. Dave says trade deficit means we are importing a lot less than we have in the past. Store shelves are going to be empty. We're going to have a COVID period probably in a month if things don't get better. You're welcome, Parker. I don't know if Meta's doing well or not right now, but we can take a quick look. Meta is up $2. $2. And Microsoft is up just kind of flat on Microsoft. Not really doing much right now. Okay, let's continue. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys. Japan closed lower. but I don't know how much lower they closed, but I'm making an assumption it wasn't all that much because if it was over 1%, they would put it here. Remember, anything less than 1% is not anything major. Demand for 30-year government auction was weaker than they expected. That's not great. Stronger yen also weighted on investors' appetite. Auto means the rare earth material, and shipping stocks led to decline. Folks, shipping stocks and auto stocks is something that I'm looking at here in America as well. Chip stocks advanced. Now, notice this is already the third time or second time I've read that chip stocks advanced. And when I'm looking at chip stocks today, they're up a hair. I'm not really looking at chip stocks as a catalyst, but I will be looking at chip stocks. Now, AVGO may be a factor the last 20 minutes of the day if there's a leaked report. I will update you of that. Same thing with Lulu. But this is going to be, right now, it's just a binary number till we find out where things are. MDB, it's a catalyst for software, catalyst for consumer stocks. AVGO got upgraded. Again, chip stocks ahead of earnings, although this is not going to be as impactful because it's got earnings. But nonetheless, this is chip stocks bullish, consumer discretionary, consumer staples mixed, PVH mixed. So you're going to have volatility in consumer discretionary stocks. You may have some upside in software, and you may have some upside in chips, possibly. Now let's go through everything. Thumbs up if you're on your phone. By the way, folks, is this helpful to you? Eagle Beagle, I'm going to tell you something about insider selling and buying, okay? A lot of folks, so now if that's true, it would help our position, Eagle Beagle, right? It would help our position. But I'm going to tell you something. Insiders buy and sell stocks for many, many reasons. A lot of times their financial investment advisor makes them sell stocks because they're of tax liability. A lot of times, Eagle Beagle, a lot of times they have a contractual obligation to sell stocks. Okay. A lot of time they have to sell stocks. It's not because they know something. As a matter of fact, insiders know that other insiders can see their buys and sell. And it's really bad for company morale to sell a stock, to sell your shares if you think the company stock is going down or if you know it's going down. And a lot of times your coworkers will report you to the SEC for doing that. So in my professional experience of only 31 years, I'm going to tell you that the majority of the time you see investors buy and sell stocks, it has nothing to do with how the company is doing, okay, in the short term. And as much as I would love to tell you that there's something there, Eagle Beagle, I've looked at studies. There's a company called AAII, American Investment, AIII. A lot of people know about it. It's the American Investment Board. They do studies of different systems, and they've done studies of people using insider buying and selling as a means to trading systems, and the performance was not great. So I'm just trying to be honest with you, okay? I'm just trying to be honest and objective here, okay? All right. And to balance, oh, thank you, Jeff. Yes, to balance their portfolio for whatever reason, but it's not always because they will be frowned upon if they do that. Okay. How are sectors looking? Let's see. Do we have any momentum to the upside or downside? Let's take a look. 69 stocks making 52-week highs, 35 stocks making 20-week highs, 76 stocks making 50-day highs, 100 stocks making 90-day highs. We barely have any momentum to the upside. And downside, 16, 7, 4. So if the momentum to the upside dies out, the market is going to become very, 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 very choppy. What I would like to see is I'd like to see this number, the 90-day high, go from 100 to 150 or 200 during the day today and stay there. If this number declines and goes to 50 or 40, that's not going to be good. Yes, American Association of Individual Investors. If Eagle Beagle, if you type in AAII, American Association of Investors, they have a sheet that shows all the back testing they've done for the last 50 years. And it's very important. Yeah, because we're seeing ETFs make 90-day highs because a lot of these large cap stocks, we're seeing some stocks making 90-day highs, but it's not a broad-based rally. So there's some really good stocks making 90-day highs, but it's not a broad-based rally, okay? So let's now talk about technicals. So we don't have a lot of market breadth. It's not broad right now, which means we're going to be looking at the ADD for market breadth today. What about sectors? Remember I told you we're kind of mixed right now? Well, look, semiconductors are up there, material, technology, QQQ. This is bullish. This is bullish. Home builders, Russell 2000. This is bullish. The only problem here is consumer discretionary, which is retail, is all the way down here. And retail's down here too. And retail makes 2/3. And it's very hard. What this is telling me right now that hard technology's up. In other words, business to business, chips, computers, not consumer technology. This is consumer technology. This is consumer communication, like Meta. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing hard technology, chips, business to business, networking things moving higher, but I'm not seeing consumer technology moving higher. What I need to see is consumer stuff up here too. So this is good, but it's not great, but it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. Okay? Yeah. We'll see what happens. Nice spike in the S&P. Nice spike in the S&P. Very nice spike in the S&P. Again, I'm slightly bullish, but neutral to bullish. Let's look at charts. Oh, let's look at, slightly fragmented, but getting better. Definitely getting better and definitely favoring speculative stocks moving higher. Let's look at technicals. I warned you yesterday. I made a big spiel about this. I warned you yesterday that the odds are this is not going to get above this area right here. And it hasn't. And this is yesterday and this is today. We still haven't come down to the 8-day EMA. We need to test the 8-day EMA and then bounce off of it. With that said, we're not really deviating very far from the 8-day EMA, which means there could be some more firepower here. Okay? But notice how low volatility is. Notice how there's no movement here. And notice what happened yesterday. We hit the high in the morning and then we just went down. This was yesterday. Look, we went up in the morning and we just drifted the entire day. We made a high first thing in the morning. Oh, I told you we're going to make a high the first half hour of the day yesterday. We made a high the first half hour of the day, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right there. We made a high first 30 minutes of the day yesterday and then didn't do much. Today, we may see very, very similar. Basically, the high made first hour of the day and just very little follow through. Why? Because we don't have that elasticity in the market. So unless we have really positive news during the session, which I'm not seeing right now, this is just going to kind of drift, kind of like how Microsoft is looking right now. Maybe even make it a little higher high, but not really break out. I want to see a breakout. If we don't break out in the next 24 hours or 48 hours, 24 hours, then we're going to start coming down. So far, this is good. We're above the 8-day EMA. Cautiously optimistic. 65-70 bullish, 25-30 bearish. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Well, yesterday, look, volume is just going down and we're not getting any follow through, but we are breaking out. The problem is we're breaking out on very little volume. There's very little participation here. I want to see this continuing moving higher, but I want to see participation. Okay? I want to see participation. I want to see a broad market participation, meaning I want to see ADD today. Jeff, I want to see $ ADD. I want to see it above 1,000. If it's at 600, 500, it means you have narrow momentum. That means how much are you going to have upside if you have 69 stocks making 52-week highs? So we got to have, I want to see this number, this 90-day high. I want to see this go into 200s. I want to see broad participation. Good for you, Jeff. Good for you. Good for you. Oh, Microsoft went as high as 467 today. That's good. So now we have a pre-market high, 467. Good. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. I'm just talking to myself. Just talking to myself. Okay. All right. QQQ, I like what I'm seeing, but volume is going lower and we're not seeing much follow through. Point is, if this doesn't start getting real, if the size of these candles don't start getting real, this follow through will not be able to sustain itself. Okay. So we need to see more volume and we need to see more volatility. Trump and Z supposed to talk over the weekend, I think. You too, Carlos. You have a great day. You have a great day. Everybody's waiting for employment report and AVGO earnings and Lulu too. So that's that. SMH, let's look at SMH. There's also not a lot, William, there's not a lot going on with global economy right now. Notice like Europe and China, look at China, for example. See, not a lot. There's not a lot here. Look at SMH. We have a clean breakout here. We're almost at that 265 area, right? Almost there, but not there, not quite there yet. I'm bullish on chips right now. Just a few, but I am bullish on chips right now. All right. Also, let me just take a look at momentum levels. We're still at 40%, so we still are overall bearish. Only 40% of stocks are trading above the 200-day moving average. If you look at the spread, you will find we still have 49% of stocks trading above the 50-day moving average, the 200-day moving average, which is neutral, not bullish. You will find that small caps are underwater quite a bit. NASDAQ is still underwater, so we got to tread carefully. And as far as sectors that are leading, it's still the financial sector. Yep. As I told you, it would 6 months ago. Yes, volume and breadth need to spike. That's what I'm saying. Folks, if you look at ADD, if you look at this indicator here, advanced decline line, right here, total. Oh, that's the difference. I don't want to look at the difference. If you look at the advanced decline, I want the number above 1,000 today. Okay. All right. Let me give, shoot, I'm so late to work. I can't believe this. I'm late. Let me give you stocks that I'm looking at to the short side. Well, I can hang out all day here with you guys. Musa, CPRT, Kellogg's. Great looking short. MOH. MOH. KLG. Naples fan, because Russell 2000 and SPY have completely different stocks in them. That's how. You're not, if you have to ask that question, we have to do a lot of training with you, my friend. They have totally different stocks, totally different index, totally different world. Regeneron. Clorox. Wow. We covered a lot of ground today. And Clorox is in the same sector as KLG. Now, upside stocks. Simo, Netflix, C Limited, Hood, MCHP, chip stock, MCHP, chip stock, MCHP, chip stock above the 200. Nice trend right here. CELH, once again. Just when we thought the stock was done, it comes back to bite us. Dash. Notice a lot of the same stocks. A lot of stocks are moving, but not, there's stocks moving, but not a lot. JCI and Rockwell, they're both industrial stocks. And this stock right here, RTX, another industrial stock. VRSK. Nice. And Wing. Yeah, that Dash and Hood have been on that Hood has been on my list for a while now. And Wingstop. All right, folks, I have to get to work. I am going to do a complete breakdown for you today at noon. If you want to see the new session, the A to Z session of ProTrader Dashboard, how I pick stocks from A to Z, I'm going to put everything together that I've been doing for you all this week. And if you want to see the videos before they're posted in the members area, here's the link to go. Just go back 3 days there. Here's a link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. You don't want to miss them. He talked to Z. Well, hopefully he'll tell us what they said. Okay. I love you all. Thank you all for being here. If you have any questions, not customer service questions, they go to Cam and Gustavo and Jax. And Jax, from what I understand, is the expert today. But seriously, here's their link. Please, 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 please let me know if you have any questions. Roger@rogerscott.com. I look forward to seeing you in the VIP room today. Have a fantastic day. Bye, everybody. Again, be careful. We have a big report tomorrow, and markets may be a little dead today, okay? In the pit, I have 2 positions, 1 long and 1 short. I'll give you an update on them shortly. Bye, everybody. Have a great day, everybody. Stay out of trouble. And thank you, HG, for the